My name is Christie Newsom. I'm a physical therapist. I've been practicing for a little over 10 years. I also do some work with pelvic floor incontinence with women, so I do kind of specialize in women's health. First off, physiologically, what happens to your body with pregnancy, because there's a lot of changes that do happen that we need to accommodate and change our practice for. So I thought I'd do a little review. I guess Amber touched on it, but we'll talk more about what we call the sacroiliac joint. And that just is made up of the sacrum, which is the tailbone, and the ilium, two hip bones. So some people just call it SIJ or sacroiliac joint, just for short. Now this whole thing is held together just by ligaments. Ligaments connect bone to bone, and ligaments are on the back here from the tailbone to the hips on either side. Now there is one articular disc that's right here. It's called the pubic symphysis. So with this being articular, meaning moving, you can have the hips do little micro changes, rotation, they can shift up, they can shift down. There are some schools of thought that don't feel that men's sacroiliac joint moves as much as women's. Obviously, they're not birthing children, so women have more movement in their bony structures because of this pubic symphysis than men. So, what does happen, as you know, the birth of the baby, these ilium bones need to widen to allow the head to come through. So this pubic symphysis actually expands up to 12 millimeters, and these ilium flare out to allow for the birth. So what happens primarily, this is a common misconception in the first trimester, there's a lot of hormone named relaxin that is dispersed throughout your body. Now relaxin just increases laxity within your joints. A lot of people think that that happens most at the third trimester while you're preparing for birth, but all the studies that I've read, and I just updated, I did a pre-postpartum class through the American Physical Therapy Association last fall, and they did confirm that it happens the most during the first trimester. So what that means is
relaxant increases, so what was it?
Just the laxity, the flexibility within your joints. Yeah. So that is huge for yoga folks, because if you're already coming into a practice very flexible, and in your first trimester where there's lots of hormones being released to increase that flexibility, it could be, you just need to watch yourself by really listening to the anatomical and alignment cues so you don't overstretch in that first trimester. So yeah, it's secreted primarily in the first trimester. So, and I'll next get to some poses that we should do during the multiple trimesters. But I just wanted to also talk about other things that happen physiologically to your body. Your cardiac output, just kind of blood flow and blood volume increases by 40%. So a lot of women have more faintness, kind of dizziness, some nausea that just happens with pregnancies. So you just need to be aware of that and just tell new moms, if you're feeling faint with standing or change of position, if you come out of a pose quickly and you're not quite righted, you feel a little faint-headed, just come down to child's pose during transitions. That's fine. Just take it a little bit slower. Because of that increase on the heart, there is so much more blood flowing, and sometimes your heart has a hard time just catching up to your body with changes of position with new moms, and that's throughout the entire pregnancy.